Hi friends, in this video I am going to discuss about the effective classroom strategies to enhance the vocabulary of school students. First of all, let us see what is vocabulary. Vocabulary refers to the list of words in a particular language that are used by a particular person or a group of people. It can also be defined as a list of words or phrases that are normally alphabetically arranged and defined or explained. Vocabulary is commonly called word stock, lexis, and lexicon. It's critical for communication and expression. Vocabulary forms the basis for reading comprehension. For conveying anything, vocabulary is important. Types of vocabulary. Vocabulary in English can be categorized into two types: active vocabulary and passive vocabulary. The words which we use and understand in day-to-day language is termed as active vocabulary, also called productive or working vocabulary. And words which we know but rarely use are said to be passive vocabulary or recognition or reading vocabulary. Let us see an example. Love is an active vocabulary, whereas adore is a passive vocabulary. In the same way, enemy is active vocabulary, whereas antagonist is passive vocabulary. Enrichment of vocabulary is one of the essential objectives of teaching English. As English is taught as a second language in our schools, the language teacher has to employ various methods to teach vocabulary. Let us discuss some classroom strategies to improve the vocabulary of school students. Real objects. To teach the meaning of new words to students, show the real objects. For example, to teach bark, bring a piece of bark from a tree and show it to the students, or take the students out and show them the bark of a tree. Working and non-working models. Model is the replica of the real object. It sounds unnatural to bring real objects into your classroom for every single word. In that case, you can use a three-dimensional model for the real object. For example, for teaching a poem, Tiger in the Zoo, you can use a model of a zoo. Picture association. By showing pictures, the students will learn the words very easily. You can use flashcards, charts, pictures to teach the words. The students can easily associate the pictures with words. For example, if you wish to teach the word evaporation or rainbow, just bring the picture and show it to the students. Next, matchstick drawings. Another easy and economical method to teach a word is matchstick drawings. These are quick blackboard sketches used by a teacher to introduce a new word or a phrase. For example, you can easily draw the branch of a tree as a stick diagram on the blackboard and teach the phrase branch of a tree. Next, actions and gestures. The teacher can make use of actions and gestures to introduce a new word. Miming a word proves to be an effective technique to learn it. Next, context and situation. Meaning of a word can be easily explained by using a suitable context. Create a suitable situation in the classroom to explain the new word or frame a new sentence using the word. The students easily learn the new word when it is related to a real-life situation or context. For example, to teach the word curious, you can frame a sentence, "Children are very curious by nature," or create a classroom situation and ask, "Are you curious to know about your results?" The next effective technique is translation. It's a traditional method of teaching a new word, yet an effective method. You can translate the new word into the mother tongue and explain to the students. For example, to teach the word stumble, you can use the mother tongue translation as Tadumatram, and you can easily teach the word to the students. Next, introducing words in pairs. Many words in English are seen in pairs, so it makes sense to introduce them that way. Students will learn two words instead of one word. For example, sweet and sour, hide and seek, thunder and lightning. The next technique is synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms are words that have the same or almost the same meaning as the given word. Antonyms are words that have the opposite meaning of the given word. For example, adamant. The synonyms of the word adamant are stubborn, inflexible. Antonyms of the word adamant are flexible and soft. Next, connotations. Connotations are feelings or emotions associated with the word. It goes beyond the actual meaning of the word and paints a picture or invokes a feeling. For example, take the word visitor. Visitor is a neutral connotation. Guest is positive connotation and intruder is a negative connotation. In the same way, look at the word thin. The negative connotation for the word thin is skinny, whereas the positive connotation is slender. The next technique is prefixes and suffixes. Prefix is a word part placed at the beginning of the root whereas suffix is a word part placed at the end of the root word, thereby changing the meaning. For example, unhelpful. Here, un is a prefix and full is a suffix. If the students know the meaning of the prefix anti as against, then they may easily understand the meaning of anti-freeze as something that prevents freezing. Next, vocabulary games. To teach vocabulary, you can introduce many vocabulary games in your classroom. It's a fun way of learning English words. You can help students learn difficult vocabulary in an interesting way using the vocabulary games. There are a many number of vocabulary games such as word chain, word finder, letter scramble, semantic mapping, chalkboard acronym, etc. Vocabulary games improve memory, increases the vocabulary, helps train concentration skills, promotes self-improvement, and it's suitable for all types of learners. And above all, you can make your students very happy. I hope the strategies suggested so far will be helpful to enhance and enrich the vocabulary of your students. The limits of the language are the limits of your world. Have fun with English. Thank you.